Hello everyone, today we are going to learn the 5P module about management aspect. There are two sub-modules of management aspect that we are going to learn about, which are organizational development aspect and human resource planning aspect. The first organizational development aspect are vision and mission. These two are important tools that are needed for strategic planning to be effective. According to Abiodun in 2010, vision and mission statement serve as a guide for creating objectives and goals in the organization, thus providing a roadmap that is to be followed by everyone. A vision statement is used to describe the future state of the organization. It is a long-term goal of a company which provides direction for the organization, and it also communicates the purpose of the organization to employee and other stakeholders and provides them with the inspiration to achieve that purpose. Then there is mission. A mission statement describes the current state of an organization and its primary goals or objectives. If a vision statement is a long-term goal of a company, a mission statement is a short-term goal in nature. However, a mission statement is related to the vision statement in that because it outlines the primary goals that will help to achieve the future of the organizational desire. Next is the role of strategic direction in organization. Every organization has its own goal to achieve. According to Deft in 2010, an organizational goal is a desired state of affairs that the organization attempts to reach. The choice of goals and strategy influence how the organization should be designed. The direction setting process typically begins with the top manager do an assessment of the opportunities and threats in the external environment. These include the amount of change, uncertainty, and resource availability. Then the top manager also assess internal strength and weakness to define the company's distinctive competence compared with other firms in the industry. The next that we're going to talk about is organizational strategy. An organizational strategy is a dynamic long-term plan that maps the route towards the realization of a company's goal and vision. There are three primary strategies employed according to Porter framework. First, there is cost leadership strategy. It is employed when a company aims to be the lowest cost producer in the market. The organization makes a concerted effort to lower business costs in order to achieve competitive advantage. Then there is the differentiation strategy. This strategy involves making the product or service that are different from and more attractive than the competitor. In this situation, the company isn't necessarily looking to be the cheapest, but they are aiming to be the best by differentiate themselves from no-name brands and box store brands through quality and brand image. Then there is focus strategy. With this strategy, company use focus strategy concentrate on particular niche market or the subset of the market on which a specific product is focused. Organizational value chain. According to Michael Porter in 1985, value chain is a strategic analysis tool used to understand about competitive advantage, which is a combination of non-value-adding operation within a company. The main focus of value chain is in the benefit for the customer. In the organizational value chain, there are primary activities and supporting activities. The primary activities are the main activities of the organization involved in the physical creation of product and its sale and transfer to the buyer as well after sale assistance. This consists of first, inbound logistics. It is an activity related to the material handling before it is used. Second, operation. It is related to processing inputs into outputs. Outbound logistics. It is an activity that carry out to deliver product to the hands of customer. Marketing and sales. It is an activity related to make consumers interested in buying our product. Service. It is an activity that maintaining the value of the product or increase the value of a product after purchasing the product. Then there is supporting activities. Supporting activities are activities that helps the main activities, consist of procurement, which is a process related to the acquisition of inputs or resource. Human resource. It is the regulation of human resource. assessing how well a company is recruiting employee, training, motivating, rewarding, and retaining its employee. Technological development. It is the development of equipment, hardware, software, and procedure in product transformation from inputs to output. Then there is firm infrastructure. It is a department that includes accounting, planning, and financial that can serve the needs of the organization. Dimension of organizational design. In a structural dimension, there is formalization, where it is pertains to the amount about organization. Then there is specialization. It is the degree to which organizational tasks are subdivided into separate jobs. Then there is hierarchy of authority. It reports to whom and the span of control for each manager. Centralization. It refers to the hierarchical degree that has authority to make a decision. Then there is professionalism. It levels of formal education and training of employee. Then there is personnel ratio. It refers to deployment of people to various functions and departments. Then there is contextual dimension. First, there is size. It is all about organization-specific component. Then there is organizational technology. It is every tools, technique, and action used to transfer from input to output. Then there is environment. It is all elements outside the boundary of the organization. Organizational goal and strategy. Goals, purpose, and competitive technique that set it apart from the other organization. Organizational culture. Underlying set of key value, beliefs, understanding, and norms shared by employee. Organizational structure. It is a process to determine how the task will be divided, who reports to whom, and formal coordination mechanism and patterns of interaction that will be followed. There are 4 types of the organization. First, it is line organization, line and staff organization, functional organization, committee organization. Job analysis. According to Bison in 2010, job analysis is the process of gathering detailed information about various jobs in an organization with the aim that management within an organization can function properly so that performance can be better. There are 2 outcomes of job analysis. First, there is job description. According to Ardana, Mujiati, and Utama in 2012, job description is a written statement that includes authority, responsibility, and line up or down line. Then there is job specification. According to Mukijat in 2010, he explained that job specification are records of requirements that must be completed so that the work can be done well. Forecasting the number and competence of human resource planning aspect. According to Ivan Savic in 2010, human resource planning is the process of analyzing and identifying the need for and availability of human resource so that the organization can meet its objective. HR forecasting should be done over 3 planning periods. First, there is short range. In short range, the most commonly used planning period of 6 months to 1 year focus on short-range forecast for the immediate HR needs of an organization. Then there is intermediate range. Intermediate range plans usually project 1 to 3 years into the future. Then there is long range. Long range plan extend beyond 3 years. The longer planning period, the more difficult its process. Forecasting the supply of human resource. First, there is external supply. Estimating the external supply of potential employee available to the organization needs to be identified. Then there is internal supply. Estimating internal supply, consider the number of external hire and the employee who move from their current job into others through promotion, lateral moves, and termination. Then there is succession planning, a process of identifying a long-term plan for the orderly replacement of key employee. Recruitment and selection. There are two types of recruiting method. First, there is internal recruiting method. It includes job posting, employee referrals, promotion and transfer, recruiting a former employee, and applicants. External recruiting method. First, there is media advertisement, e-recruiting, social networking site or social media, employment agency, special events or job fair, and college recruiting. So that's the lesson for today, and thank you for your attention.